Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Satnam, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Gobind, and this is your Channel for Grace. Thank you guys so much for being here live, and thank you to those of you that are watching the replay. Welcome in everyone that's here in the chat. Hello, Raessa. And if you're watching live, then make sure to say hi in the chat so I can say hi back. I have a couple of announcements to make, but what we're going to do in this video is we're going to go over all of the air signs, the astrology of the air signs for Sagittarius season, which is the season that we're currently in. And then we're going to go into the Akashic records and do a collective reading for all of the air signs. And yeah, I hope that you guys enjoy it. So what I want to share with you before we dive in is that I am actually still having a holiday sale on a couple of my readings. My human design map is $88. It's usually $108 for the rest of the year. The human design map is going to be $88. And this is basically a report that I create for you. It's a PDF booklet that I create, send to you, and you get all of the information of your human design chart, like laid out and explained, all of the hanging gates, all of the channels, everything that has to do with your human design type, strategy, authority, incarnation cross, all of the open centers, all of the defined centers. And with that information, you'll get a really good, well-rounded way of looking at your human design. And you get all the time in the world to like look at the PDF booklet and learn it and learn yourself. And the other really cool thing about that reading is that it actually comes with a free 30-minute session that you get to book once I send you the human design map. We meet for 30 minutes live on Zoom, and we go over any questions that you have about your chart and about your human design map. So I'm really excited about that. I have my 30-minute live session with me on sale as well through the end of the year for $88. So 30 minutes, we can look at whatever you want to. If you want us to look at tarot, if you want to look at astrology, it's really whatever questions you want answered during that time. We can pick a modality and then dive into it and do the reading for 30 minutes. So that's exciting as well. And the other two things are, I want to share with you that I am hosting a free virtual Akashic healing retreat that begins December 4th. So this coming Monday, it's coming up. We're going to be meeting for 10 days total. The first day is the orientation, but the 9 days after, we're going to be diving into the temples along the Nile, the ancient initiatic path, and into the Akashic records to have an experience of that temple, to have an experience of the things that we learned in that temple as initiatic students, and to also clear and heal the chakra that is linked and connected to that specific temple, because all of the temples have a chakra linked to it. And so the healing happens when you go into the Akashic records and visualization and heal all the energy and everything that's stuck. And it's going to be a really cool thing. The big purpose for this event is actually for us to have a moment to take care of ourselves during this really crazy time called Sagittarius season. It's insane. But this is also where the holidays are. And so a lot of times we neglect ourselves. We neglect that self-care. So this will be an opportunity for you to take care of yourself. And it's going to be really fun. And we already have over 30 people signed up. So make sure you guys come and join us. We're going to do it on Zoom and we'll be sharing afterwards. So I'm excited for it. And the last thing is that the registration for the Business School for Lightworkers is open. And this is a 6-week program that begins on January 11th. The whole purpose of this program is for us to dive into and create a business plan for 2024 for your spiritual business. So if you've been wanting to start a business, but you don't really know where to start, you have no clue where to start, this is the perfect introductory program, because we're going to teach you how to register your business depending on what state you're in, the laws and all that stuff. We're going to talk about keeping track, bookkeeping, accounting, taxes, so much more. Ariel is doing this program with me. And we are so excited to bring the knowledge that we both bring separately together into the same space. She has tons of experience with an accounting firm, accounting business, and I have a lot of experience with the self-marketing and the self-business, like doing an email list and creating a website and running the whole thing and all of the different systems that I use, like OBS for live broadcasting and things like that. So, and to underlie the whole thing, we're going to be looking at your gene keys. We're going to be looking at your human design profile, and we're going to be looking at how those things can help guide you to design your business and to figure out what is what are you selling? What are you here to sell? What are you here to offer the world? And what's the key that's going to unlock prosperity for you? So I'm so excited about all of those things, and also excited to do this reading for all the air signs, because of course you guys know I'm a huge Gemini. I'm a 12th house Gemini, and I love getting insight about what is going on for this crazy time. So I'm going to share my screen here so you can actually look at the chart. And Sagittarius season, the thing that is so important about it is that there are a lot of stargates within this energy. For example, today, the sun is making a conjunction to the Antares star, which is known as the Royal Fixed Star. And it is the heart of the Scorpion. It's also connected to Archangel Uriel, and he's the most mysterious of the archangels. This is an energy that helps us to, or invites us to, go within ourselves and find the light within, that inner light. And when you do that, a lot of revelations can show up in your life. Yesterday, the sun entered this place within the Western astrology where we call Ophiuchus. Ophiuchus is known as the 13th sign, the hidden sign, and it is actually a activation of mystical, occult wisdom and knowledge, hermetic alchemy, kundalini awakenings. And it's a portal really that happens every time the sun moves through this energy of Sagittarius, and it really engulfs our experience. And Sagittarius is asking us to grow and to expand. Sagittarius is the fire that expands the heart, because Leo is the heart and Aries is this energy of in the essence of the spark of the spirit. Aries initiates it, Leo holds it, and Sagittarius expands it. So the expansion and the growth that Sagittarius season causes for us is huge. It's crazy that it's like coincides with the holidays for some reason. Like a lot of the growth, and I know this because by teaching the gene keys and the Venus sequences, most of our growth, basically, it could be argued all of it, only really happens within relationships. And that's why relationships are such a huge part of like healing karma, healing energy, healing old stories, letting go of, old habits and patterns that no longer serve us, transmuting our shadows into gifts. Our shadows get triggered in relationship, and that's the moment where we get to do something about it. That's the moment where we get to actually make a choice to actually transmute the shadow or to like stay in the shadow. So huge things are being triggered right now. Big lessons are happening and showing up in our lives, and there's going to be a lot of growth. And although it can seem really fun and exciting to have all that growth, it can also be very uncomfortable and not fun. So have that awareness as we move into the season. Now I'm going to start with Libra. Because Libra, I feel like you guys are you're going through the ringer right now with the South Node in Libra, especially if you have your Sun or your Moon in Libra. This South Node is like highlighting all of these karmic things in your life. And then Venus is right there with the South Node too. And she's been there for a few days. She's eventually going to move away from that energy and enter into the sign of Scorpio. But right now she's in your sign and she does feel good. However, there's a deep underlying theme for Libra for like, it's a total of 18 months with the South Node there that's going to kind of hold more presence and more power within it than maybe any of the other signs. Wherever the South Node is, that sign is kind of going through a lot, especially if it's your sun sign. So the cool thing though is that Sagittarius season makes a sextile to this energy of Libra. And so just like the fire signs that are having a trine-like effect, basically Leo and Aries, you are having a sextile, which is also harmonious, which also brings in like beautiful light codes for you to activate that frequency of healing within yourself. And the lessons that come in through a trine or a sextile are not as difficult or challenging as the squares and the oppositions. Those are the ones that need like work and will and all this energy to actually become resolved. So anything that you have going on in this Libra frequency is going to, one, make it so that you are dealing with a lot of karmic healing, specifically in relationships, but you're getting this opportunity to connect to the portal of Sagittarius, Ophiuchus, the galactic center. You have to look at the degrees of where your planets are in Libra, because they are going to make these sextiles to these portals and activate and open up opportunities for you to do that growth and to essentially rise like the phoenix, which is what Sagittarius is the ultimate like goal of Sagittarius is to help us rise through the ashes, rise, through the fire of transformation, like the phoenix on fire. So it's a really powerful thing. Now, when we go to Aquarius, which is the other air sign, you guys are having a similar energy. It's a sextile. So these sextiles are going to bring in a beautiful way for you to connect with the energy of Sag. So you can use it to help activate you. You can use it to help guide you in your life towards that growth and that expansion and that ultimate transformation. But for Aquarius, there's no planets currently right now in Aquarius. So it may kind of feel like, oh, well, I'm not really going through a lot right now. But remember that Pluto is going to be entering officially into Aquarius soon. And then you'll get that. You felt it because it happened a few months back where Pluto dipped into Aquarius and then, whoop, just kidding, I'm going to go retrograde again. But once it comes in, like Aquarius is going to have like a huge energy like flowing through them and a huge theme of Pluto in their lives for a long time. So Pluto transits are super long and the Aquarius one is going to be super long. But for now, I would say in terms of just speaking about Sagittarius season, you have that sextile. So that is a beautiful energy. Take advantage of that. Let that guide you towards growth, transformation, and change. And now we get to Gemini. And Gemini is having like a whole different experience. Because for Gemini, you actually have an opposition. Gemini is the air sign that opposes Sagittarius. So we just had a full moon in Gemini. And I know that I felt amazing during that full moon. And I've also been hearing a lot of different reports of like, yesterday I was doing a reading and this person was saying that they slept for the first time in a long time during that moon. And so they were like, wow, it really affected me in some way. And for me too, I felt really good. I've been feeling pretty strong lately in terms of like self-esteem and like feeling empowered, you know, within myself. And I feel like that energy of Gemini really activated me as well. But the opposition where the sun is opposing you can feel like something is against you. And that's what the oppositions can bring in. This energy of like, there's something outside of me that is opposing me. And I need to find the key of the oppositions is how do you find the merger point? How do you find the in-between point between the two opposing? And the way that you do it is you accept that the opposition exists. You accept that the duality exists and you accept that you live within one aspect of that duality. And there's nothing wrong with that. But you may experience a little bit, Sagittarius season can be kind of intense because again, it feels like there's things outside of you or outside of your control that you can't really do anything about. And those things that are happening outside of you are really causing these experiences that happen not within but outside are causing you to change and evolve and transform. And it's almost like you don't have a choice because you have to like battle, you know, and that's the opposition. The opposition can feel like a battle. The square can feel like a battle too, but the square is a challenge that you can move through and resolve. But the opposition is kind of like, you can't really do anything about it. Like something's here and then something's over there. And how do you merge and how do you find the balance between the two opposing points? Where's the common ground? So these are the themes that we are experiencing with all the air signs. And so what I want to do now is go into the Akashic records and look at some of the cards. And we're going to do a Celtic spread, which I'm really excited about. We are going to be using the Rider-Waite tarot cards. We are going to also pull a main theme card from the Major Arcana. And we're going to pull a Gene Keys card to talk about what is the shadow that you are dealing with for this season. And then at the very end, we're going to do the animal spirit guide for you for the season. So again, thank you guys for being here and let's see what we get. Feel free to take a moment to settle into your space and ground yourself as I do myself as I open up the Akashic records. From the deep depths of the cosmic mind, I hear a whisper. This whisper calls us inwards towards our essence. A light begins to glimmer at the center of our heart. This is the light of unity, the all-knowing wisdom of the One. Through this door, we open the gates of the Akashic, the magical flower of life. We see our duality. We recognize our sacred trinity. We begin to witness infinite possibilities as we become the observer and the observed. A powerful and luminescent light engulfs our being, and we feel many dimensions all at once. We enter the Akashic records, protected and loved by all star beings that have accessed these portals before. The records are now open. May wisdom flow, may understanding descend, and may all the air signs be blessed with the light of love. All right, so the first card, I'm going to shuffle these a little bit. But the first card that I am going to pull is the central issue that we are dealing with. Okay. And so it begins. So the central issue that we are dealing with is the Death card. So what is the Death card about? The Death card is actually a new beginning. Believe it or not, if you feel like the Death card is an ending, it's actually not. It is sort of the new beginning is hidden within this theme of an ending, but the truth is that this is about like total liberation. So that's the main theme. All air signs are going through a moment of transformation where something has to end for something new to begin. What crosses you is the next card. What crosses you? Okay, interesting. So what crosses you is actually the Hermit. So the Hermit is all about going within. It's taking the time to reflect and contemplate. It's allowing yourself to be guided by the wisdom, the Hermetic alchemical wisdom that is so important. But this is basically something that's in the way of what's going on in this transformation. So why would the Hermit card be in the way? It's possible that you don't like the effect of the transformation or the effect of the change, but what you're actually experiencing is an illuminating thing that's saying, hey, you need to focus over here. And this is the key to moving through the transformation, because the Hermit lights the way. It has the star right there, and the star is the hopes and the dreams. So he lights the way on your journey forward. So if you are not able to listen to what the Hermit says, to the wisdom of the Hermit, you may have a really rough time moving through this energy of death, change, and transformation. The liberation is only going to happen if you actually see, and you may feel a little bit like you're in the dark. You may feel like also another thing that's coming up right now is that you are going through this transformation and it requires you to take action, but you're feeling like you don't want to take action. You're feeling like you don't actually want to do any of the things that are being asked of you. And so it's difficult. It's crossing you. It's like this energy of like, no, I want to retreat and like do nothing is getting in the way. So what lies below? What are the subconscious influences going on for you? Ooh, these cards are so interesting. Okay, so we get the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups, I feel, is a card that has to do with feeling proud, right? So it has to do with pride. And the pride is specifically with the Rider-Waite. Like, he's sitting there with all his trophies and he's feeling like amazing. And he's like, I'm really proud of everything that I have accomplished. And you should be, because that is a very beautiful thing for you to feel good about the things that you've done and all that you've accomplished up to this point. But this is the underlying subconscious sort of energy. And it's like, it's important to you that where you're at really shows all the work that you've done. And it's important for people to recognize that. And so pride is what's underlying the whole situation, but pride in the positive sense, not in the negative sense. This is just the subconscious underlying theme that you are worth a lot, and that your value is really important. And that's what's underlying everything. But what's the ultimate outcome of this? What's the best possible outcome of this journey is the Empress. So this is about abundance. This is about life. The Empress births new life. She creates, she manifests. She's that very feminine, divine frequency of the earth, of Gaia, of Venus. So the ultimate thing is that you literally are in a position, the ultimate possibility is to birth something beautiful and grounding and activating into the world, that you will birth new life into this world, that you yourself will birth it, because you're the one that's going through this transformation of death and change. So the next card is, what is in the near past? What are you leaving behind? What are we leaving behind? Oh. Okay. So we got 2 cards for this one, so I'm going to kind of go with it. So what are we leaving behind? The first card that came out is the 8 of Pentacles. And what I see in this card, considering these other cards that we just pulled, is that you've been working really, really hard, and it's been paying off. But at the same time, it's like the constant work that you're doing. It needs an outlet to begin to activate the abundance. And I feel like what you're leaving behind is this need to just like constantly be working and constantly be focusing and constantly be doing all these things that take up all your time. And you are actually going to be moving into more of an abundant place. So you're not going to have to work as hard. You're leaving that behind in the past. I actually love that. And the other card that came through as what you're leaving behind or the past is the King of Swords. So this is about ideas. This is about the swords suit. It has to do with the mind and how you think. And when we're dealing with the king of any suit, you have mastered that energy. So you've mastered the ability to communicate is basically what this is. So what you're leaving behind is any belief systems, any ideas, any thoughts that hold you in this frequency of kind of like, to me, I'm reading this right now as kind of, it feels kind of like a slave energy. Like you can't ever stop working because you're like so focused. So you're leaving behind the need to like be so busy that you are not really seeing or able to do anything but like work, literally. And you're also going to move away from any beliefs or thoughts that keep you from moving forward into the future. Let's see, what else the King of Swords wants to say? Because I feel like, yeah, so you're going to be using the ability to communicate your thoughts clearly, but you're not going to have to do that anymore. There, something else is going to take the place. So what is in the future? What is in front of us? Let's see. All right, we got the Page of Pentacles. So this to me it does represent abundance, because it is the Pentacle card, and the Pentacles are about basically their coins, their money. And you're getting to admire, like the Page is admiring his coin. And yes, you may be lost in it or a little bit naive about it, because the Page energy can be a little bit immature. But I feel like you're moving to a place where you're going to be like, you know what? I know my worth, and I know that I am moving towards it. And that's what this tells me, is that you're moving towards the abundance that you're like dreaming of, that you're like visualizing in your mind. You're moving towards that abundance. I love that. So the 7th card is yourself. So we get the Queen of Swords. So right now, this is how people see you, basically. So people see you right now as someone who can be sharp-tongued and basically no emotion, right? Because the Queen of Swords can have that frequency of like lack of emotion, all words like sharp words. But what this is clarity. But it doesn't matter how people see you, because you are in your clarity. The Queen of Swords like doesn't fuck around. Like she knows what she wants. She knows what she's going to say. Now we've literally pulled the King and the Queen of Swords. So it's like, you know where you're at. You know how you feel. You know what you think, and you know how to say what you feel. But this is how people see you. They are looking at you, and they're seeing this Queen of Swords energy that, depending on how someone takes the energy, it can feel like, oh wow, admirable, or whoa, not comfortable, right? So your environment right now in the moment is, yes, this makes so much sense. The Two of Swords. So you are going through, you're having to make a choice. You are feeling at a crossroads. You may feel a little bit lost about what to decide, what to do about this transformation that you're having. Remember, it all goes back to the transformation, to the Death card. It all goes back to, your desire to like be a hermit and like be alone, that's getting in the way of you fully transforming. So going back to that energy, what may be confusing you is that the people around you too, this is the environment, right? The people around you too are also being indecisive as well. And so that can affect, that's I think why like you're having to be so clear, is indecisiveness right now is really not the thing that you are wanting in your life. But what are your hopes and fears? So your hopes and fears are, it's the Four of Wands. So success or celebration, like really this whole process is like, what you're really wanting out of this is to feel good, is to actually celebrate something, is to actually do something that and achieve something, because I do feel like there's some kind of an achievement energy here with the Pentacles coming up, like business related or material possessions, or what the things that you desire in the material world. All those themes are really coming up really strong. You're definitely focusing like on material wealth with like the Empress, the Page of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles. There's the material world very present for you right now. So this is leading me to believe that this celebration is the abundance you want. The hope is that you reach the abundance that you want in your life. And what is the outcome? Let's take a look at the outcome. Okay, here we go. All right, so the outcome is the Three of Pentacles. So this is a card about progress. This is a card about basically, it's a card of working together. It's a card of collaboration, and within that collaboration, you actually get to feel good about, what you're providing, but know that you are actually supported to create the thing that you want to create. So there's definitely a vision. I feel the Page of Pentacles very connected to this card, because the vision is you will have abundance. And the vision is that there's beautiful collaboration, in your future. And at the same time is you have to communicate very clearly with everything, because the only way to get rid of any kind of indecisive energy or a confusion or an unwillingness to be clear about stuff is going to lead to the collaboration, but it's not going to be a good outcome. So if you want this outcome to be a positive thing, if you want this energy to really reflect in your life, you working together with other people, you creating something beautiful with other people, you need to be very clear about what everyone is bringing to the table, and also what are everyone's skills, and like how can everyone be placed in a place where they're all feeling really good in the collaboration, and actually making the creation, like the architecture in this place, they're building a church, something successful, something that actually manifests in the world. So that's crazy. And it's crazy that we did get two major arcanas in this reading, because those are powerful themes that play themselves out very strongly. So I would say the two most important cards were three major arcana: the Death card, the Hermit, and the Empress. And then we get, whoa, this is the ultimate theme. Okay, so there's a tower moment. Sagittarius season can feel like a tower moment. And what does this mean? This means that whatever expectations that you had, whatever thought you had about something, it's going to fall apart. Because why? Because there's a new beginning on the horizon. And so the Tower and the Death card work really well together. I know this reading seems kind of crazy, but remember that the ultimate outcome is that you will work magic and you will create something really beautiful. And even the highest outcome is the abundance and the rebirth that you will experience and you will feel so good about with the Empress card. So let's pull an animal spirit to see what animal is going to guide you through Sagittarius season. And I freaking love this. We got the elephant, and the elephant is all about moving through the barriers, moving through the obstacles. This is Ganesh, and Ganesh can plow through the obstacles, and at the same time Ganesh can also put obstacles in your way, because sometimes that's needed for the process of growth and evolution. But really this is the Jupiter energy, this is the good luck, this is the optimism, this is the abundance that you're looking for, that's here to support you in your mission, to move forward and create the abundance that you are really wanting to create in your life. And what shadow are we working with is, we got the 48th gene key, which has the gift of resourcefulness, but the shadow is inadequacy. Okay, so we are dealing with the shadow of inadequacy, moving to the gift of resourcefulness and to the city of wisdom. If we don't know how to handle emotional states with equanimity, integrity, and clarity, we never fully enter adulthood, but remain at some level children. Whoa. My gift to you: do not hide from the well of darkness within you, for there is light and boundless riches at the bottom of the well. You can find elegant solutions to all of life's challenges and just the right support when you need it most. But first, you must reassure your body that it is safe, even when you don't have all the answers. Let the parent in you love and hold the child within, even in the presence of fear. Over time, you will spontaneously dive into the void and discover more warmth there than you ever expected. Trust your inner knowing, and the people around you will start dipping into your well and drawing out more resourcefulness and wisdom than you realize you had. You are far more adequate than you can possibly imagine. Oh, Ressa says 48 is your attraction sphere. Whoa, that's a synchronicity. So we are dealing with the shadow of inadequacy. So the big transformation that's happening for us is because we feel in some kind of shape, you may in some kind of way, shape, or form feel inadequate. And so when you feel inadequate, it's like you can't, it's like you're frozen, you're frozen, you're not able to do anything. And that's a little bit of that hermit vibe that's in the way. Like you are frozen. And at some point, right, the hermit also must come out of the cave and go into and go live life and go do things. And so the tower moment that we're experiencing, this powerful, it's a shift in perspective because we get a lot of swords. So we're having a powerful tower moment that's a shift in perspective. Maybe expectations are being freaking broken. You build a castle on sand and now you're realizing it. And so it's going to transform you. This season, you're going to be fully transformed. But the beautiful thing is that you're going to have the most beautiful rebirth that you have ever experienced. And you know what? I feel like personally, I'm really going through a powerful transformation myself too. And I do feel that in the moment, it feels kind of gnarly, but as you move forward through this energy and you do the work and you surrender to the shift and the change, you will create that abundance that you are absolutely dreaming of, because you're actually clear about what you want. You're very clear. You know your worth. You know what's important to you. You're not hiding or anything. It's just, you may be dealing with things outside of you that feel wishy-washy. And that's the Two of Swords, that feel not sure, confused, don't know which direction to go. And so that is frustrating. For energy that's very clear, it can be very frustrating. And so the only way for you to reach that, to have that desire be activated, and to reach, the beautiful outcome of actually co-creating something beautiful and celebrating it, is you got to really move through whatever is in the way and get through to the other side, whether that's surrendering, whether that's letting go, whatever it is, you got to somehow get to the other side of this death, to the other side of this Tower card. And remember, these transformations are never easy. We literally got 4 major arcanas. They are not easy, but remember, like, keep your mind open, because the fact that we got so many sword cards and this is an air sign reading tells me a lot, that there's a lot going on in our mind. And this is a thing that's happening very much more of an internal shift. It's in the mind. It's a perspective shift that we're going through. But remember your worth. Remember who you are, and know that you are moving towards something really beautiful, a beautiful rebirth that will happen in Capricorn season. So this is actually pretty cool. I actually really like this reading. So that was a lot of cards, but that was fun. And I appreciate you guys so much being here and hanging out with me. So I'm going to close the records now, and I hope you have a beautiful day. And in just a few minutes, I will be back to do the water signs. From the deepest depths of our soul, we give gratitude and love, for we understand we are a fractal of that cosmic whole. As we give, so we get, open to all possibilities through all time and space. We walk through the Akashic portal back to our inner space, remembering that this wisdom lives within every cell of our being. Thank you, star beings, for holding this sacred space and for protecting us during this journey through time and space. The records are now closed. Satanam, 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 Satanam. Waheguru. I will see you again next time.